Grand Rising, my friends. My name is Roxana, and I will be guiding you through a 10-minute morning flow, the perfect way to start the morning. So let's begin. We're going to begin on our tabletop position, so just with our palms directly under our shoulders and our knees directly under our hips. We're going to do a variation of a cat and cow. So instead of the traditional cat and cow, we're actually going to add some spinal movements. So just tracing some circles with our hips and with our shoulders in one direction. I also invite you to close your eyes. There are no right or wrong as to how this is supposed to look. Just focus on how it feels in your spine. Good, and let's bring it back in the other direction, tracing with our shoulders, with our hips, waking up our spine. Amazing. We're going to meet in now a child's pose position, bringing our hips back, our arms stretched forwards, dropping our chin. Transitioning into our cobra from child's pose, we're going to go into our cobra, bringing our belly down, chin up, inhale. Exhale back into our child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale back into child's pose. One more time, inhale. Chin up. Exhale, back into child's pose. We're going to meet now into our downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck our toes, lift our hips high up to the sky, dropping our neck. The first downward dog of the morning. It may be a little more tight, but that's expected. Perfect. We're going to lift our right leg all the way up to the sky, bringing our knee to the highest point. And let's just start with making some circles with our right hip. Good. We're going to step our right foot through between our palms and just give this a little bounce. Good. Let's straighten the front leg, forward fold. And back down into a deep lunge. We're going to do that for a couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Forward fold, legs straight. And back into a deep lunge. We're going to place our back foot on the ground, our knee, and we're going to try and reach for our right foot, bringing our foot towards our bum. Inviting you to make this a dynamic stretch, moving in what ways feel good. You're going to release that back leg, bring our palms back to center. We're going to meet in our downward facing dog, tucking our toes, hips high, and just pedaling out our feet. We're going to go into a flow. So from our downward dog, instead of our traditional chaturanga, we're just going to go from our downward dog and do a ripple all the way into our cobra. Inhale. Exhale, ripple back to our downward dog. One more time, bring it, inhale into our cobra and ripple back into our downward dog. Lovely. We're going to bring our left knee up to the sky for our three-legged dog. And join me for some hip rotations. Lovely. Bringing our feet between our palms into our deep lunge, and we're just going to pulse it out. Straightening our left foot and our back leg, bring it into our forward fold and deep lunge. We're going to do that a few more times. Straight, bend, straight, bend, straight, bend. Lovely. Bringing our right knee back onto the mat. We're going to reach for our back foot, bringing it closer to our bum, and feeling this deep stretch within our hips. Adding a range of motion if you wish, or just holding into the static pose. Bringing our left hand back to the mat. We're going to join our left foot with our right foot, going into our downward dog. Hips high, and let's just pedal our feet. Lovely. We are going to step our feet between our hands and enter into a ragdoll position, just letting our head and our neck hang, inviting a slight bend into your knees, and just holding here for a few breaths. Beautiful. We're going to slowly rise with our spine, one vertebrae at a time. Hands coming all around up to the sky, opening that chest, and exhale, release. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do one more flow, breathing in, hands to the side, and we're going to forward fold. Halfway lift, bringing our hands to our knees, inhale, and release, forward fold. Going into our downward dog, feet back, hips up, and let's see if our range of motion is a little more deeper than what we started. Lovely. We're going to meet in our child's pose. So this is called extended child's pose. We're going to bring our knees out on the outer edges of our mat, and we're going to sit our bum back to the ground. Taking a few breaths here. Perfect. All right, we're going to have a seat on our bums. We're going to enter a boat pose. So, keeping our core nice and engaged, we're going to lift our shins up to the ground, making them parallel with the mat. And I invite you, if you feel comfortable, to extend your arms, bringing that core into your chest and holding here for a few breaths. One more hold. And release. Good. We're going to extend our right leg, bringing our left leg towards our thigh. We're going to reach all the way up to the sky, and we're going to do 3 forward folds. So going 1 and up, 2 and up, and on the third one, you're just going to forward fold and hold it. Breathing into the stretch of our hamstrings, of our lower back. Beautiful. We're going to go into a seated pigeon. So bringing our left foot onto our right thigh, crossing it over, and just bringing it as close to our chest as we can. Little windshield wipers are invited, or just hold in the static pose. Try not to drop our back, but bring in our chest nice and lifted. Great. We're going to meet back with our left leg straight and our right leg bent, bringing it towards our thigh, and 3 forward folds from here. Tall spine, arms up, and 1, 2, and on the third one, hold. Breathing into our lower spine, perhaps our hamstrings. Amazing. Going into our seated position on the opposite side, bringing our shin to our chest, and little windshield wipers, or remaining static. This is your practice. There are no right or wrongs. Just feel and tune into what you need. Perfect. And release. Shake, 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 shake. All right, just come into seated position. We're going to come towards the end of our practice. So thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to finish with a little affirmation to get you through the day. And that today's affirmation is, I love every cell in my body. Thank you. Give your body some love for flowing, for showing up, for movement. Bring in our hands to our hearts. Namaste. I thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for flowing with Roxana.